I know I'm the new guy and all, but I've been working very hard and I've already increased our margins by... Oh my gosh, he did it! Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of our Sims for Joy of Life Legacy Challenge. We are just here with our two cuties. We've got Avery, who is being fed by his dad. He's exploring some new foods. He is a picky eater, so I don't think that he tends to enjoy many foods, and he actually will refuse food if it's something that he doesn't like. So I've been trying to test a lot of foods with him. It is New Year's Eve today, and our Sims are just sort of getting up and slowly getting their day started. They did just get engaged, and so I'm not too sure exactly how we're going to play out all their wedding activities. I know I asked last time what kind of wedding you could see these two having, and the main feedback I got was a destination wedding, which I also could see with the two of them as well. But the other thing I realized is that since Emilia's parents have died, Emilia only has her brother, and then she has a couple of friends too, but they don't really have a ton of close friends or anything like that. I don't know if Kelvin has any close friends at all. So I was thinking that it might not be a bad idea. Why is he looking? No, don't do that. That's not nice. Oh, now he's flirting. Oh my gosh. Kelvin's really struggling with his midlife crisis. Although he does seem quite happy that we changed jobs. I think it's actually gone now, but I did see that he had something about going in new directions, and he was feeling pretty good about that. The other feedback I received, and this was actually on an older episode, but somebody was probably watching some of the older episodes and just asking if Kelvin was going to get a makeover. I've done some really minor changes to Kelvin, but he hasn't gotten a fully new look. So I do think as we prepare for the wedding, maybe as part of his midlife crisis as well, we can try and give Kelvin a complete overhaul. I'm not too sure what kind of style he would be into, but he's in the business career now. Maybe that would impact how he dresses on a day-to-day basis. And we can also give him a new hairstyle. I don't know if I've given him a new hairstyle at all. I know I gave him some facial hair and I switched out his earrings, but maybe he would completely just change his whole vibe. And so, he's a school teacher before. It was probably a much more casual environment. But now that he's in the business world and he wants to climb the corporate ladder, he wants to change his vibe completely. So it's much more businessy, much more professional. And so maybe that would have an impact on his personal style as well. Yeah, so it's New Year's Eve. The family's just hanging out. I do want them to get to know more folks because I do think that they're both fairly social, both Kelvin and Emilia. And I also feel like Joy would want to meet friends in the neighborhood, make friends. We've been trying to make her friends at school. So she's gotten to know a couple of kids, not very well or anything, but she did invite, I think, Kurt over before. And then Juliet is the kid that she seems to also know quite well. So we might invite some of her friends over. Maybe they can do a little bit of a daytime New Year's Eve celebration. And then I think we're going to see if we can get these two out in the community a little bit more and meeting some of their neighbors. I did make sure to add some families into the neighborhood too. So there are kids that are now living in the area that are Joy's age and that are Avery's age. So yeah, I just thought it'd be good to introduce some other young families that could maybe be potential friends for this family, whether the parents would be friends or the kids would be friends. I don't necessarily know, but I just wanted them to have those options, people that they can meet and maybe build some friendships with. So yeah, that's kind of what we're going to focus on for today. Oh my gosh, concern. Something is off. Emilia is feeling frustrated and unsatisfied from that brief fleeting kiss. Oh my goodness. She kissed him, but it was too short for her liking, so she's not happy. And we do actually have Kelvin who's starting to burn out a little bit. So it is a holiday. He can maybe take a little bit more time to rest. We don't need to do any of his workplace activities today. But we have a bunch of things that we can do as part of New Year's Eve. Maybe what we can start with is we could go over some resolutions. So for Kelvin, I think it's it would make sense for him to want to get promoted. He's in this new job and he's really like switching careers. Maybe he wants to catch up to his peers kind of thing in this career because he spent so much time focusing on teaching and he had climbed that career, but now he's starting at the bottom again. So I think that would be a goal for him. For Emilia, why don't we try traveling somewhere new and enjoying local cuisine? I think that would be something that Emilia would really enjoy. Or maybe meet 2 new Sims. Let's do that. Let's try and meet 2 new Sims for her. I think she does want some friends and maybe some other mom friends as well. I think would be nice. Now, I did check on her really close friend. So Diane was our neighbor like early on in the series. I don't know if you remember. She'll look a little different because I did give her a quick makeover and I made her look a little bit older. She did get married and she does have an infant now. We could potentially meet up with her and have her and Avery meet so that they can talk about kids. I think it's kind of going to be fun for Emilia to have a close friend now that has a child and that they have a child the same age as well. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at with them at this point. So, money is still a priority. I think we still haven't gotten our first set of bills yet. So, I'm not too sure what those are going to look like when we receive them. And Emilia is on a little bit of a break from her business just because of the fact that she's on, I think, some form of maternity leave, I would say. But she's still making money by selling baked goods from home. And we're not going to go back to the business until Avery is a toddler, which is going to come quickly. But I think for her, making some friends would be a bit of a priority. Aw, I really value the time we spend together. And I think it's made us closer than ever. She got that sentiment with Joy and Kelvin. That's so cute. And Joy's social smarts are getting better every day. She's chatting on the computer. That's so cute. See, everyone's doing really well. Why don't we have Joy invite some of her friends over? What is it that she wants to do? She wants to watch the countdown to midnight. So can we have her invite her friend over? And maybe she could even invite them over for a slumber party. So let's invite Juliet to hang out. Once her parents have met her, maybe they could like call Juliet's mom and say, it's New Year's Eve and the kids really want to watch the countdown together. And, we've got lots of space. Would your daughter want to stay for a sleepover so they can kind of plan it with the parents? And so I think that would be really fun for little Joy to have her first sleepover. Sleepovers are a part of her slumber party animal aspiration. She's currently a pajama wearer. So yeah, let's definitely try and do that. So I'm going to have her come over and say hi to Juliet. And then we are going to give maybe Juliet just a quick little makeover. And then I do want mom and dad also to meet Juliet. I'm going to hop into cast really quick. So it's going to look very different in just a second, but I will be right back. Okay, so here we are with little Juliet. She looks very different without her glasses and her bunny ears. You can actually see her face now, and she's very, very cute. So this is who it is we are going to try and be friends with. So we're going to do a slumber party. Challenge rewards include an adorable new sleeping bag for toddlers, and gold is a sleeping bag for everyone else. Gather your pals together to stay up late, tell stories, and eat snacks. Don't fall asleep first or you might get pranked. So our host is going to be Joy. Oh, we need 2 guests to have a sleepover. Who else should we invite for a sleepover? Why don't we invite Louie? Like I know like he's being invited for the sleepover, but he's not necessarily our child's guest. Like he's kind of a guest of the family. But he is someone that we would probably want to spend New Year's Eve with. I think we'll do that. We'll invite Louie over so he can come and spend New Year's Eve with us. We'll do it at our house. And so let's start it at 9 p.m. But of course, Juliet's already here. So presumably, she's just going to stay until we actually start the sleepover. But before we do anything else, I'm going to grab a couple of sleeping bags. And I think we'll put them in the basement for the girls. And if I remember, guests actually do bring their own sleeping bag. So we'll just grab one for our kid, I think. Let's do this cute little blue whale one, I think, is very sweet. Hopefully her friend will set up her sleeping bag down here as well. If they don't, then I'll bring the sleeping bag down manually. And why don't we also get them a little TV so they can actually watch the countdown on their own if they want to down here? Why don't we get also some video games maybe that they could play? And since it's an older TV, they probably need like an older an older video game console there. So the girls can come down here, they can play Dollhouse, they can play video games. It's basically like just a fun place for them to hang out. Maybe we can even, just because I'm feeling generous, maybe we can get them like one of those big stuffed animals too down here that can hang out with them. Maybe this little dinosaur would be cute. There we go. So that's cute. They can definitely come down here and hang out and have a little bit of space from the adults. And then the adults can do all their New Year's Eve stuff up here if they want to as well. Oh, and look, they got a sentiment together already. That's so cute. They really are becoming friends quite quickly. In my experience on New Year's Eve, we tend to have a lot of like appetizers and fun things like that we can eat. So let's see if there's any like cute trays maybe that we can make. Like definitely we would make a veggie tray. And we could also make this like marshmallow sticks. That would be something fun for the kids to munch on. Ooh, fruit and chocolate pot. Yeah, so we're going to do like a bunch of fun like finger foods and stuff like that everyone can eat. And then maybe Kelvin can also come and help a little bit to prepare. He can do this finger food platter, I think. So yeah, we're just going to have a lot of like little dishes that people can munch on. But I think that will be a fun way to celebrate. We did already put up our New Year's Eve decorations as well, even though I don't think it ticked off for Kelvin. So maybe I'll just help him out there with that. There we go. Yeah, because Joy is getting hungry. I assume her friend's probably getting hungry too. So they might want to eat something soon together. And then they can maybe bring some of the snacks even down to the basement with them. There we go. Look, it's a cute veggie platter with dip. And then there's these marshmallow sticks. Very cute as well. And we're going to make a nice chocolate pot. Joy's already grabbed herself something. She should tell her friend to make sure to grab something as well. I don't know. Can we like serve her or anything? I don't know if we can, but you can have some too, sweetie. All this food is for you as well. We got it to share. All right, so the sleepover started. And even Louis set up his sleeping bag. And for some reason, Joy decided to set up the sleeping bag right across the other two folks' sleeping bags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the girls' sleeping bag. Whoopsies. I'm going to move the girls' sleeping bags downstairs. So this one is Juliette's. So let's make sure that they're in front of the TV. I guess I'll sell this one. And I will take this one downstairs, which is Joy's. And can I recolor it? Can I give her back? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So cute, the whales. She can have maybe like the pizza one just to make it a little bit more fun. And then for Louis' sleeping bag, he can actually set it up in Joy's room because she doesn't need it today, if it will fit. So he can actually sleep in the bedroom. He can even take the bed really if he wants to, but you know, nature of Sims, that's not how it works. So, but I think that, you know, we're waiting a little bit for things to get started. We asked everyone to set up their sleeping bags. So what other things can Joy do as the host? It says that she can get slumber party snacks. Oh my gosh, she can get pizza. All right, let's get some bacon pizza. I think that will be tasty. And then we need to have Sims chatting, have Sims playing games, and have Sims eating. So why don't we call everyone to the finger foods? There we go. So they can all eat something. Kelvin's just going to feed Avery because he wasn't too keen on the peanut butter puffs that we gave him. And yeah, Emilia did also make some more adult-like appetizers as well. She made some mussels and some goat cheese things, which I guess she's put in the fridge. But why don't you come and have some mussels? I think those will be tasty. There we go. And why don't you come and chat also with everybody? Let's go share some New Year's Eve excitement. We can tell stories on a sleeping bag, play games, and get some sleep. Okay, so we've got lots of things I think that we can do. We need to also, for our aspiration, tell 3 stories from a sleeping bag and exchange a friendship bracelet, which Joy does have a friendship bracelet in her inventory that is ready for her to exchange. So that's pretty perfect, I think. Let's have them come downstairs and she can tell a story about a knight and a unicorn. How about that? And I think just her and Juliet will go down. I don't think it says she has to tell 2 stories, but I don't think it says she has to tell it to everyone. So we'll just have the kids go down to do that now at this point. They can go and have their own celebration, and then the adults can celebrate up here. Emilia's come to start watching the countdown. There we go. I just want to make sure everybody is able to do that. Put down the muscles, hurry. You've only got 5 seconds to watch it. Okay, I think everyone is going to end up watching it, which is perfect. Here we go. Shishubi. Oh my gosh, I love how the fireworks come out of the TV. Did that count for Kelvin? He didn't end up like kissing Emilia or anything. I think she's coming down to hug Joy, which is really cute that this is how she wants to celebrate. That her first priority is to run to her daughter and to go give her a hug, which is really cute. I do want to know if Kelvin is going to end up kissing her, but I think he like just missed the countdown. I don't know. I just love when they do their New Year's Eve kiss. I really want that. We might have missed it though. Let me just come down here and instead of sleeping, let's try and tell our story again. They're going to tell their stories on their sleeping bag and be super cute. And then they'll probably get a little bit of sleep because it is getting late. She's like, once there was a wizard and the wizard really liked fireflies, but it liked them so much he wanted to turn into one. So he drank a potion and then became a firefly. And then everyone in the land was happy. Now the 2 of them are chatting, which is super cute, but I do think we're going to ask everyone to get a bit of sleep. And then let's see, how is our baby doing? He's doing okay. I think we'll give him a little feed, put him to bed. And then I do think Emilia will go to bed. I think she's tired at this point. And then are these 2 asleep? Yeah. Oh, look at the 2 cute little friends. They were able to watch the countdown. We can pretend that they both watched it down here, even though it's just Joy. Then they told some stories, and now they're in their sleeping bags having a nice rest together. There we go. So we had a nice New Year's Eve. I think it was successful for everyone. We also have had a successful slumber party. So everyone's off to bed, and I will catch you all in the morning. All right. So it's the next morning, and Kelvin is up, and he's contemplating life. He's thinking about how, I guess, his midlife crisis has gone so far. I think that he's proud of himself for the changes he's made, but he is ready for a little bit more. So before he gets into the shower, I do think he's going to come and maybe change his appearance a little bit. And I'm going to keep in mind like corporate. I want to give him a corporate look, but at the same time, he's still Kelvin. He's still a sweetie. So we want to make sure that he looks, like himself as well. So I will catch you all when I'm done. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but hopefully it will turn out well. All right, so here he is, and he is looking pretty good if I do say so myself. I'm liking his new haircut. I did modify a little bit his skin details, not too much. Emilia's over here preparing a little bit of breakfast. Not a little bit of breakfast. She's made a lot of food for breakfast here. A little bit of everything, I think, is what she thought would be best. Just to kind of help celebrate the start of the new year, we want to start it off right with a nice full meal. I'm just going to call everyone to the meal. So maybe our guests will also join us for a little bit of food. And then, yes, Kelvin also has some new outfits. So, some of them are a little bit more casual like this one. And then some of them are a little bit more corporate looking. I kind of tried to mix it up a little bit. So it looks like maybe his style is slowly evolving. I did notice that this popped up right next door to us. So there actually is a skating rink here, which I thought was really, really cute. There's a tree in the middle of it. I don't know if it realizes that there's a tree. And there's also a cupcake stand there. So maybe just to kind of celebrate the start of the new year, we can do a little bit of rollerblading. And it looks like the slumber party is over. Joy has completed already her resolution of improving a skill. And then she hosted a legendary sleepover. It was capital A, awesome. Gold level records include simoleons and a new sleeping bag. So she's won herself a sleeping bag, which is very exciting. But I think it looks like Kelvin has come over to check on the baby. So maybe Emilia and Joy can come out here and skate around a little bit. Let's invite Juliette and we'll also invite Joy and we'll invite Louis. So while Kelvin is here taking care of the baby, everyone else can go and enjoy the start of the new year and do a little bit of skating. And I am going to take a quick look again, at his crisis things that he wants to do. So one of the things he does want to do is negotiate a promotion, purchase 3 expensive paintings, right? I forgot about that. And win a game or competition. So I do think that we could potentially try and negotiate a promotion. And then maybe he can play a game at home with his family that hopefully he would win. I don't know. How are we supposed to? I don't know if we can guarantee his win necessarily, but let's see. He has a lot of skills. Is he good at logic? Oh, he's logic level 2. I mean, he's not super high in logic, but he's hopefully higher in logic than maybe Joy would be. As sad as it is, I do think we might have to play a little dirty for Kelvin and have him try to win a game by playing something that he has higher skill in with his child. You know, you got to do what you got to do to feel better when you're feeling a little bit down. Emilia's feeling pretty confident from her party that went well and from having had a good holiday. So I think she's going to be pretty well set up. As for Kelvin, I don't know if he's going to be as prepared as she is. He's feeling very focused, though. So I do think that his cleaning will help him to succeed at chess. So we're going to try and have a game between the two of them in just a minute. Once he's done cleaning up, he kind of started this cleaning spree on his own, and I don't want to interrupt him. All right, so these two are playing, and I do feel bad. We're using Joy to try and help Kelvin with... Look, he's like, this is so easy. I can definitely beat a child. But I am looking at Joy, and she's got a logic skill point already. So, you know, she's not too far behind Kelvin. I don't know if he should be feeling quite so confident. I do hope, though, that he beats her, because if he could win a chess game against her, I am hoping that that will help with this win a competition or game. So let's see how it goes. Oh, and it does look like he won. Yeah, and there we go. It ticked it off. So I'm sorry, Joy. I didn't really want to, use you in such a way, but Kelvin's going through some hard times, and he just wanted to teach you a little bit of chess, and it helped him to feel good about himself. So I think our mission is accomplished. So now that he's feeling confident, maybe let's go also just brush our teeth really quickly once, just to help with his confidence even more. And then if we go into business, are we able to negotiate a bonus? Yeah, I think we should try and negotiate a bonus while he's feeling confident. Joy herself is still feeling very confident, so I really don't think it was a big loss for her. I think she was just happy to spend a little bit of time with Kelvin. He's like, so, I know I'm the new guy and all, but I've been working very hard, and I've already increased our margins by... Oh my gosh, he did it. He was able to negotiate himself a bonus, and now it says Kelvin's midlife crisis has passed, and he is going through a resolution phase, reflecting on who he is and where he is in life. Oh my goodness. And he received 21 simoleons from his career. Okay. So he must have been able to, it says they liked what Kelvin had to say. Kelvin got a one-time cash bonus and is closer than ever to being promoted. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Good job, Kelvin. So I'm pretty happy. I think this is where we're going to end the part today, but we did manage to end Kelvin's midlife crisis. We've given him a slightly new look. You can see he looks a little bit more sort of businessy in this outfit. He's maybe got some casual boots and everything, but he's got his wardrobe is becoming a little bit more professional. So tell me in the comments what you think of Kelvin's new look, if you're liking it, and if you have any other suggestions of maybe how his style can evolve. But I'm really glad that we finally gotten him out of this early midlife crisis. And I think what we will be doing next time is it is going to be Avery's birthday. On top of that, I do want these two to kind of make some friends with some of the other families in the neighborhood. I will leave it there. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Please don't forget to like if you're enjoying the series and subscribe so don't miss an episode. And I will see you next time. Bye.